Dr. Joe here with another Yoga for Golfers video for you. This time we're going to focus on the hips. So anytime we want to loosen something up, I like to add a little heat first. So we're going to do a few squats, up and down, whatever pace you want, as low as you can go comfortably. All the rules about a squat apply. You like to try and keep the weight evenly distributed throughout your feet. Your heels don't want to come off the ground. You want to keep your chest up, and you want to have a controlled breathing pattern. Great. Once you've done a few squats, we're going to widen our legs, and now we're going to go into a sumo squat. So just like a sumo wrestler, we're going to have nice wide legs. Going to squat down, our knees still track over our toes, and then we'll come back up. Squat down, and come back up. So you'll stretch right through the inside of your hips here. That's where we're going to start. We'll make our way to the back and outside of the hips as well. Great, now we can have a little rotation onto this too. We can go into that sumo squat, reach down for the ground, and open up. Now bring the other arm down, open up. We'll go back and forth. Now we're getting a little bit of our hip mobility. We're adding on our upper back, and we're addressing even more parts of the golf swing. Again, really get those shoulders to turn, get them to face those side walls of your room, and relax. We're going to make our way down to one knee. We'll take the other foot, put it out to the side. Now you can have your foot flat. You can have it on the side. That's up to you. We're going to do an adductor rock. Hands right under your shoulders. And drop the hips back. And as you go back, you're going to start to feel a stretch on the inside of your leg, perhaps your hamstring a little bit. Doesn't so much matter where. Just acknowledge where it's limited and see if you can work into that. Try to keep doing a few. Now, when I do the next one, I'm going to do a side view. So why don't you go ahead and switch, put your other leg out to the side. I'm going to change position so you can see me on the camera. Move back this way. Again, leg out to the side, flat or up, your choice. And you're going to rock back. Feel that stretch inside or back on the hamstrings. And you're just going to work back and forth. Again, find that limitation and work into it. Great. Now, rotate down onto your bottom. You're going to put your legs out in front of you, hands behind you. You're going to work rotation. What I want you to do, I'm going to work on my right foot first, is I want you to feel those toes pull back. Push your foot out, almost like you're trying to press your leg far enough that it just kind of pops off your body. Once you have that position, you're going to rotate as far as you can to the outside and as far as you can to the inside. Now you should feel that movement all the way up in your hip. Now you might feel it on the outside, the front, the inside. It doesn't matter where. You should feel it somewhere. And you're going to go back and forth. Want to make sure your hips stay still. You don't want to lift your hip up. That's not really working hip mobility. That's kind of a way to cheat through this exercise. I'm going to go into the left, roll out first, and the inside. And you very well may not go as far as I do, and that's okay. I've been working on this for a while. Some of you might even go farther than I do, and that's great. And you really want to add that control piece. So rotating back and forth. Awesome. Next, I'm going to have you bring your hands now in front of you, and we're going to do the same movement. So I'll go back to my right. Now, you might wonder why we do the same movement here. And the answer is your hip muscles are going to run kind of from where your pockets and your pants are on the back to your pockets on the side. They kind of wrap around your hips. But the other thing they do is they work into the lumbar fascia on your lower back. So just by rounding forward, you're actually increasing the amount of tissue that is tensed, and that's why a lot of times you'll feel more resistance in this motion. Great. So keeping those legs wide, now I want to look at the hamstrings. So you can just reach down this way, feel a hamstring stretch, come back up, reach the other way. If you feel really limited, absolutely hold the stretch there. Let the hamstring work itself out. and go back the other way. Now you really want to have a controlled stretch. So I can reach down and get to my toes and I feel that stretch back there, but maybe I can't stay there the whole time. I'd rather you reach just to your ankle bones and hold that stretch. Same thing on the other side. And you might work up and down because the left one's more tight than the right. And you're going to touch, and you're going to come back up and touch and come back up. You might even reach to your side, come over your head, add some of that stretch to the side, and reach your opposite arm down. That's just a way to incorporate that hamstring stretch into the lower and upper back and get a little bit more bang for your buck. Awesome. Now we're going to finish with our most challenging position. Now, if you can't get here, that's perfectly fine. Stay with some of the other exercises, and as things loosen up, you'll find this position too. But we're going to go into a pretzel breathing. So you'll put one leg in front of you, knee facing forward, the other leg, knee facing directly to that wall. You want a 90-degree bend in each of your legs, and you might feel a stretch just right here. So a lot of times, people in this position, they want to lean this way because it's just too restricted to get upright. That is fine. If you can get in this position at all, use your arm, try and press yourself up, and hold that stretch. Nice tall chest. Feel like there's a string pulling your head up. Nice tall spine. And we're going to hang here. Just keeping an eye on where the stretch is. Is it the front hip? Is it the side hip? Is it inside the leg? Is it outside the leg? Again, control your breathing here. And eventually what we'll do is we're going to work to the side, putting your forearms on the ground. Some of you are going to feel restricted. Your forearm's going to be hanging off the ground like this. That's fine. Meet that stretch where it is today. Tomorrow, it might be better. A few weeks from now, it'll almost definitely be better. And in another year or two, you might be just as flexible as me hosting the video. Control your breathing. And lastly, you're going to reach your arms out and take your chest toward the ground. If you have watched this video more than one time, drop a note in the comments to say it was easier than last time, it was harder than last time, I did it a week ago, I did it 6 months ago. I'd like to see where your guys' journey takes you to. Okay, we'll address the other side. Again, one leg forward, 90-degree bend in the knee. One leg out to the side, 90-degree bend in the knee. Again, you could be stuck over here, that's okay. Bring an arm, let yourself get nice and tall, and breathe. Now, human beings aren't symmetrical, so you might notice this side's a lot tighter, or maybe even a lot easier than the other side. Just keep working everything to loosen up, but you might notice that there's always a little bit of a difference. And that makes sense because if a golfer is always making the same move over and over, which isn't equal on both sides, then why would we expect a difference? I've worked with a lot of golfers along a lot of different levels, and you see a lot of discrepancies from side to side. Almost all golfers I've ever worked with have a much greater shoulder turn to their right, better mobility in their upper back, better mobility in their trail leg, and that's just normal from all the practice and repetitions they get. In fact, I usually see that difference is larger based on how good the golfer is. So a lot of these D1 and professional golfers have much more rotation toward the backswing side than the amateurs I work with. Great, hopefully that loosened your hips up. You again, love any of those movements, go back, repeat them, spend another 2 or 3 minutes. If you want to stretch and address another part of the body, I've got videos for all of them. Just click along, find something that works for you. Thanks guys, have a great day.